in order for you to be much more effective and efficient in what you're doing, you have to eliminate caffeine, what you get rid of. What you get rid of it? Okay, so let me ask you this. If I told you that I was going to give you $10 million to stop, would you stop?
No.
So hold up, listen. Now remember what I told you, because this is very important, okay? Very important. All right, so you remember we talked about things that you do to put yourself in a position to be successful. Okay, so sometimes we talk about stress. If I said that if you took caffeine out of your life, it will eliminate stress, that ideal that you've been holding and hindering for a long time, that's $1 million ideal. If you get off of caffeine, it's going to give you clarity to finally write that business plan, put it into action, and get it approved, and somebody's going to take that plan and run with it for you a very successful business. So you got to look at it like that. Just because the money is intangible don't mean that it's not $10 million. Sometimes you have to be willing to invest in yourself, ultimately to set yourself in, or put yourself in a position for you to have that $1 million opportunity. So you got to think, we're thinking in a circle. You got to think outside of the box. It's not just about, me giving this up right now for this satisfaction. Do you want to win the battle or you want to win the war? That's what you got to look at. Do you want to win the battle or you want to win the war? The battle is caffeine every day. But the war is a life of whole, when I say whole, mentally, physically, emotionally, everything is going well. When you walk into work, it's like days of heaven on earth. I don't know about y'all, but I'd rather have that than caffeine. So that's the way you got to look at it. And I'm going to guilt you a little bit because I want you to put yourself, you got to be willing to give up something. You got to sacrifice. Sometimes we got to put ourselves on a punishment. I tell my son that all the time. I put myself on a punishment all the time with certain things if you want it. Sometimes, and not just that, you have to have it, you have to want it more than everybody else wants you to have it. That's it. When you say this, you got to want it, you got to want it more than everybody else wants you to have it. How many times we tell our kids, we want our kids to do certain things. I want you to have good grades. I want you to do all of these things. But do we put ourselves in a position that we can be the worth of example when they see us? That's what I want you to ask yourself. Are you putting yourself in a position, serving as the worth of example to say that, guess what? What I'm telling them, I'm expecting the same thing of myself. That's what you have to do. Negative self-talk. Being a pessimist, thinking, self-criticism, overanalyzing. How many people find themselves doing that all the time? Overanalyzing. Somebody said they need to talk to you. Oh man, they bringing me here Friday. What I do now? You try to log into your email and you get locked out. Oh man, they don't got it. Man, I can't even get it. They don't change the password. I didn't know about it. Overanalyzing. Had a bad conversation. Oh man, I know I shouldn't have said that. They're gonna go back and tell them, man. Overanalyzing. Look, because I did the same thing. I'm telling you, see, I can empathize and sympathize because that's what happens. And then subconsciously it's played back into your mind. An email that you sent out. Oh man, I wonder if they took that the wrong way. Oh my goodness. Man. And here it is, you're playing it over and over again in your mind. So it's like, wow, you run the race before you run the race. This is what I mean by that. I used to tell a lot of my athletes, okay, here it is in your mind because you're stressing about something. You're worried about all of these things that are going to happen. Oh my goodness, this and that, what's going to happen. So by the time you get to the race, mentally, you're exhausted. You have nothing left. Then you wonder why you went out there and you was the reindeer out front and Santa Claus was in the back. That's what I say. That's what happened. And you pull it and you pop in the whip and the reindeer running out in front because you run the race before you run the race. Mental stress is worse than physical stress. Here it is, you've overplayed it in your mind, you've done so many different things, and then you're just exhausted. By the time you get home, in the field that you work in, by the time you get home, you do good putting your foot on the brake at the red light because you're so mentally exhausted because you're giving so much to everybody else. We have to understand that. I know what it is to give it all away, and then when you get back. But we have to be positive affirmation. What you speak is what comes back to you. I can tell you time and time again, everything that I've had, things have transpired that happened into my life, I've spoken into existence. Sometimes you gotta have an understanding to say, man, quit saying those things. Pour into your own self. Sometimes you don't need somebody to come back and say, hey, you're gonna do this and that. You have to believe it in yourself before it's ever manifested. You have to pull it down. When we say pull it from the spiritual realm into the natural, but you have to begin to speak those things. How many people even have, we talk about a vision board. You ever heard of a vision board before? All of these vision boards, everything that you want to accomplish and happen, you cut out pieces of paper or different pictures and you put them on the board. If it's a job, if it's this, if it's whatever the case may be, you make a vision board and then you can put different pieces on them. And then guess what? You find yourself end up taking them all down because everything that you wanted to accomplish is already been done. So now you have to start all over again. But it's visual manifestation. Well, my athletes, I used to say, whatever time you want to run, you got to write it on a sheet of paper and put it in your shoe. Put it in your shoe every time you run the race. And when we get that time, you take that piece of paper and replace it with another. But you're putting yourself in a position because you know what? It's not self-doubt. And you're saying, these are the things that I can actually do. Do we have a plan? Have a lot of people, have you done anything like that before? Some of the things that we're talking about? Have you found yourself doing that? You have to do it. Mind traps, unrealistic expectations, taking things personally, all or nothing, exaggerating, rigid thinking, mind traps. If that's you, raise your hand. You set mind traps for yourself? Are you overcritical of yourself? Unrealistic expectations. When you eat a steak, how did we eat a steak? In bite-sized pieces. And that's the way you approach life. That's the way you approach. You look for quick wins. Sometimes things are not going to always happen. This big thing that happened, you look for the quick wins. The quick wins. This is like even with, learned behaviors. And learned behaviors don't just happen. I want to lose 50 pounds. Okay, well, I've been working out 2 weeks and I didn't see nothing, so I'm stopping. You look for the quick wins. Okay, when I walk out there, I'm not out of breath now. Or I dropped 2 pounds. That was 2 pounds less that you have to worry about, but you look for the quick wins and you set realistic expectations. Next thing you know, you start checking the box off. That's just like putting together a plan. If you write a plan so you can see it, these are the things that keep you going. When you write a plan of action or you have goals that you want to do, and then when you come back and you look through them and you say, let me just go back and look through the last 2 months. And it's like, wow, that's kind of like you've seen your work and you've seen your purpose. Those are the things that keep you going when you have an opportunity. But if you're just flying by the seat of your pants and you're just doing things and then you don't have anything to look back and reflect and see the growth, those are the things that discourage you and make you want to stop. All right? Stressful personality traits. Type A, perfectionist, workaholic.